What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all already know it's your girl Ash. Y'all already know who it is. Bring y'all another episode. But tonight I think it's gonna get a little spicy. I think I'm gonna trigger a lot of people, but I don't care. I come here to shake the table. I come here to bring awareness to things that are going on in the world. I come to talk about conversations that a lot of y'all are afraid to have, but it is what it is. But anyway, it is June 1st, y'all. It is the first of the month. What's good, everybody? I hope um June brings you guys an abundance of love, an abundance of blessings. I'm hoping and praying that June is better to you than what it was in May. Again, because I don't know what you're going through. Y'all already know. So hold up, wait. There go my sissy. Hey sis. Happy Thursday? Yeah, today Thursday. Y'all, I'm really trying to push it back. But a happy Thursday and happy June 1st. Again, y'all welcome to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Tonight. Um, I want to address some things. I saw where a 14-year-old boy was killed in South Carolina um, by a Korean store owner that accused the young boy of stealing water out of a store, and him and the son proceeded to chase this young man, and they shot him and killed him. So I might trigger some people tonight, but it is whatever the fuck it is tonight because I'm tired of this shit happening. We recall this happening back in 1991 with Latasha Harlins, who was killed by a store owner who was accused of stealing orange juice, and she shot the young lady in the back of the head, and the woman did no time. So we're seeing this shit happen all over again in 2023. This shit is not gonna stop. The only way it's gonna stop, we have to stop fraternizing these businesses. Stop going into these businesses that don't celebrate us. They only tolerate us. They put these particular stores in these communities because they know that's where black people gonna go. We'll pass up Ray store down the street, and we're gonna go to Chow Young Fat store where they follow us around the store. They treat us like we're less than them, but we'll get into that. So Brandon says, I would love to come on your show and let me know. I'm always looking for guests, whatever the topic you want it to be, whatever it is you want to talk about. If it's something that I haven't addressed, if it's something that you want me to address, something that you feel like I'm the only person that could bring it to the table, let me know. Whatever it is. I'll keep you posted. I do have a couple of guests that are coming on. We're actually going to be talking about relationships this month, but let me know, sis. I got you. And no, he wasn't stealing. But y'all already know before I start any one of my shows, y'all already know I do my mental health check-ins. So y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how you feeling. I know today is just the first, but what do you hope to change for this month that didn't happen for your last month? How are you feeling today than what you did yesterday? I can honestly say this. For me, I like my job, y'all. Don't get me wrong. I do. I'm blessed to be employed. I'm blessed to have a roof over my head, food on my table, clothes on my back. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I'm really over doing customer service. Like, I'm really over talking to people on the phone. Like, I'd rather chat with people. But it's not even about me. But y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all are feeling mentally. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling physically? Again, what changes um do you want to see for yourself for the month of June? What are some accomplishments you want to achieve for the month of June, and so on and so forth that you haven't achieved thus far? So drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all are feeling. Y'all already know before I get started with anything. Y'all already know I always play something positive, something motivating, something empowering. Let me know, boo. And we sure can. We absolutely can. But y'all already know I always play something that's inspirational, something empowering because again, I don't know what anyone is going through. I don't know how you're feeling in this moment. I don't know how uh these last 5 months have been for you. But I do want y'all to know I do not want y'all to suffer in silence. If you are um in a depressed state of mind or you feel like you're wanting to take your life, let me go ahead and post this right now because I do not want to see another hashtag, you know. Mental illness is real. Those are conversations that people tend to stray away from, especially in the Black community. But I do want you to know that Black mental health does matter, you know, whether you believe it or not, therapy does work. Therapy helps, you know, in correlation with medication. Um, but heal. I want to see everyone in a beautiful, healthy space. Um, I want to see you doing positive things. You know, I want to see you post about positive things, whatever it is that you're doing in life. Um, I want to come and I want to celebrate you. You know, I want to cheer you on. I want to walk with you on your journey and let you know you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. You know, you guys that have followed me from the beginning all the way to now, here we are almost 3 years later, and y'all have seen me, you know, my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows, the good, the bad. Y'all have seen it all with me. Um, because I want mental health conversations to become normal, you know, that it's okay to have those conversations. It's cool, you know, if you need to vent. But one of the biggest things I wanna say that is if a person comes to you and they want to vent, don't turn that into gossip, okay? I respectfully, I'm asking that. So if a person comes to you and they need to vent, please don't let that be the topic of another conversation with someone else, okay? Respectfully. And I'm asking that so respectfully because that has happened to me and I'm only speaking from experience. So if you're going through something right now, just know that I love you. I'm praying for you. I wish and send peace and love and blessings your way and healing over your heart. And just know that trouble does not last always. In the dark does come light. I promise you, I'm a living witness. Y'all already know. You know, I have been on antidepressants. I've suffered with depression. I still deal with my anxiety. So I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not by yourself. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm here to love. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to empower. And I'm here to uplift you as you go on your healing journey because it does get better, you know. And that's for my Black men and my Black women, okay? Because I'm going to always take care of who looks like me first, okay? I don't care who doesn't like it, but I'm always take care of who takes care of me, okay? So got a couple of comments, and then I want to jump into there it is. So Black mental health does matter. And then I want to go ahead and roll this video. And it does, sis. And absolutely, you know, I don't know what anybody's going through. And anytime that I do a show, I always do a mental health check-in because I want to know where you are. Where is your mental? What can I do to help you? What resources can I give you to get over that hill? You get what I'm saying? So I want to make mental health conversations normal. I want to remove the stigma and I will continue to fight for that to happen. So before we even get into tonight's show, again, y'all already know I always play something motivating, encouraging, uplifting. This is for anyone that may be going through something or is coming through something, but just know that I do love you and this is for you.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen.
Life happens. The unexpected, the uncalled for, the unintentional. We've been damaged emotionally, damaged spiritually.
It may be your business. It may be your heart that is broken today. It may be the number in your bank account that is screaming, you are broke.
You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and all of those are going to leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat.
It is staying with the breaking that produces the blessing. It is not what you go through that determines where you end up. It's who you listen to. Because I think right now you are walking through a valley between two voices. One is wisdom, one is worry. One is gratitude, one is grumbling. One is blame, one is faith.
Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance for you to give up and for you to fall apart, but there's also opportunity to get stronger and get smarter and get faster and get tougher and get more stable and get more resilient and get better.
What I need you to do is I need you to find a reason to keep going. And if you can find a reason to keep going, I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive.
The fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning. You have the opportunity to show the world what you are really made of.
I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. You don't need no support for it. There's something in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this.
Regardless of what happens to you in life, regardless of the adversity, regardless of the opposition, regardless of the trial and tribulation, nothing can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. No situation, no circumstance, no piece of adversity can define your life. Never let a circumstance define you.
And I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I don't care what they say on paper. I don't care if you say we outnumbered. We live by this and we die by this. We don't retreat. We don't run. We gonna stand, we gonna live, and we gonna die by what we stand for, and everybody gonna know what we represent and what we're a part of.
I got staying power. I got staying power.
Be encouraged today that no matter what you walk through, no matter how broken your marriage is, no matter how many times you failed,
there is within you a spirit that is greater than whatever is going on around you.
If you would be willing to fight your way through this battle, fight your way through cancer, fight your way through that academic struggle, fight your way through divorce, fight your way through it. If you are willing to fight your way through that singing career, fight your way through boxing, fight your way through football, I'm telling you at the end of the fight is going to come victory.
And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, as you rise above what you were, and as you take the form of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up, in the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.
Y'all, it is always like every time I watch those videos, I just thank God that I'm not where I was yesterday. It gives me the strength every day to get up and keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going. I have 3 people in this world I have to live for, and that's me. I'm sorry, my 3 children, and I have to live for me. But in order to be productive to my children, I have to be good to me. So I always encourage someone, whatever it is you're going through, push through. Push through. It does get easier. I know it may seem hard in the beginning, but it does get easier. So again, I'm still doing my mental health check-ins. Drop in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Again, it's the first of the month, y'all. Shoot. I already know y'all bills is due, rent is due. Don't ask me for no money because I'm broke. Okay? I don't have no money. None. Zero. Don't ask me for none. All my bills My check spent and it ain't even been deposited in my account just yet. So, but anyway, but just know that I love you. I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. And again, tough times don't last always. It does get easier. All right, all right. So let's jump into tonight's conversation. Lord have mercy. I get so tired of having these conversations, but they're imperative. So we have another unarmed black man killed. When is this going to end? When is it going to end? If we're not killing each other, the police are killing us, other people are killing us. I really, 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 truly believe they are really trying to exterminate the black man. I really wholeheartedly, honestly believe that. But again, that's just my opinion. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for me. But I came across this story 2 days ago, Tuesday night, as a matter of fact, as I wrapped up doing Tuesday night show. And so I say, well, dang, I hadn't heard about this. So I go and I click on the link and I'm looking at the video. 14-year-old killed, murdered for allegedly stealing water from a convenience store. The gentleman that shot this young man, him and the son proceeded to chase this baby out of the store because that's what he was. He was a baby, 14 years old, and shot him one time. I just want to know, when is this going to end? Why are these babies not living long enough to live life? Lives are being prematurely taken at the hands of people that want to play God. And the sad part about this story, that baby wasn't even stealing. He was not stealing. This is a remnant of what happened in 1991 to Latasha Harlan. Again, killed for allegedly stealing an orange juice. But I didn't upload the video because it's just too, it's I can't watch it. But the young lady, she still had the money in her hand. So how was she stealing if she was walking to the counter with the money in her hand? But we'll get into her story after this story. So the young man that I'm speaking about tonight, his name is Cyrus Carmack-Belton, 14 years old, from South Carolina, who was killed, I believe it was Saturday, I believe. Let me correct myself. For allegedly stealing water. And again, the store owner was Korean. Again, very remnant of Latasha Harlan, a Korean store owner, killed her. Let me collectively get my thoughts together because we constantly go and fraternize we patronize these businesses, and we're treated with the utmost disrespect, but we still go. And if you notice, they put these stores, beauty supply stores, their restaurants in black neighborhoods purposely. Because you don't see these types of businesses, these Korean-owned businesses or Asian-owned businesses in white neighborhoods. So let me get you guys caught up on the story for those that don't know, and then we're going to jump back into the conversation.
Live from Columbia, this is WIS News 10 at 6. Live, local, now.
A Columbia convenience store owner charged with murder tonight after the shooting death of a 14-year-old boy. Richland County deputies say that Rick Chow, who owns a Shell gas station near Park Lane Road in Columbia, chased Cyrus Carmack-Belton from his store last night after suspecting him of shoplifting. That incident happened, according to deputies, at about 8 p.m. on Sunday night. Investigators say Chow shot the boy in the back just down the road off the convenience store property on Spring Tree Drive.
Nick Neville's joining us. And Nick, there had been some protesters out there during the day. Tell us what the scene is now on Park Lane Road there in front of that convenience store.
Dondi and Judy, so community activists and advocates against gun violence hadn't been out here all day, really all afternoon. That crowd has dwindled some. There's also a sign on the door of this gas station that says, "We're closed for Memorial Day. Sorry for the inconvenience." Now, throughout the day, multiple people came by. At one point, Richland County Coroner Nada Rutherford provided an update to this crowd shortly after 3 o'clock, and there was loud applause from the crowd when Chow's charge was announced.
It's senseless. It doesn't make sense.
Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott describing the murder of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton outside a Shell gas station on Park Lane Road Sunday night. The store's owner, Rick Chow, has been charged in the killing.
It's just sad. It's sad. If y'all ever seen that baby's name right there, that's all I can see. All I can see.
The owner suspected Cyrus of shoplifting inside the store, which RCSD has said did not happen.
Regardless, even if he had shoplifted 4 bottles of water, which is what he initially took out of the cooler and then he put them back, even if he'd done that, that's not something you shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old, but you just don't do that.
At one point, there was a verbal confrontation inside the store, but no indication that things turned physical. Cyrus was running away when he was shot. The coroner's office says he had 1 gunshot wound to the right lower back. Deputies recovered a gun believed to belong to the victim near his body. RCSD says there's no evidence he pointed it at or threatened Chow. One woman who saw the shooting happen and called 911 is calling for justice.
Do you even want to go in the store now? Because anything can happen now these days, and everybody's getting trigger happy. That young man didn't have to die like that, but for me to witness that yesterday, like, I'm in fear for my own brother. And for any of the kids that's in my neighborhood, because these kids, they come outside all the time. They come to the store all the time. Now it's like, now you got to watch your kids.
Had the opportunity today briefly to speak with one of Cyrus's brothers. He did not want to go on camera, said his entire family, especially his mother, is torn up. He said Cyrus was a great kid, really smart. He said he taught him everything he knew, and he said he didn't deserve what happened to him. Reporting in Columbia, Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
Nick, thank you very much. Richland County deputies tell WIS they are reviewing surveillance video as a part of the investigation. Sheriff Lott also says there have been a number of incidents and confrontations between customers and store owners at that Shell gas station before, but nothing that rose to the level of charging Chow in relation to any of those incidents. Richland District 2 also issued a statement this afternoon saying, quote, "The Richland 2 family is devastated to learn of the tragic death of one of our Summit Parkway Middle School students. Our students, teachers, and school staff are grieving, and our district staff will be there tomorrow to support them through it. Our deepest sympathies go out to the Carmack-Belton family in their time of loss."
Okay, so let me get this straight. There have been reports that this particular store owner has had altercations with other customers in that store. Then on Sunday night, this 14-year-old baby, like I said, he's a baby, not a grown man, but a baby, a 14-year-old child who you thought was stealing 4 bottles of water, but put them back. This baby posed no threat to you, so you decide to chase him out of the store, off the property, and you shoot this baby in the back. Make that make sense to me. But these are the stores and the businesses that y'all keep fraternizing. You keep going to these Asian-owned businesses. Yes, I'm finna wake some shit up today, and I'm finna trigger some people, okay? because y'all keep going to these businesses where we are treated with the utmost disrespect. You're going to the beauty supply store, they're following you around the store, they're assuming that you're stealing, but you won't go to your homeboy store down the street because he won't give you a discount. But you'll continue to go where you're tolerated but not celebrated. The only way to stop that, stop going to these fucking businesses. Start supporting the people that look like you. And I said it. Well, y'all, I'm about to go. I'm about to go hand the date because this here has to stop. This was a 14-year-old baby who you thought was stealing. You chased him down. You and the son, not just Mr. Chow, but Mr. Chow and his son chased this 14-year-old baby down, and you shot him in the back. He was not facing you. So how was he posing a threat to you? What warranted you to pull a gun and shoot this baby over some fucking water? Some water. Again, doesn't this like trigger you again? 1991, Latasha Harlins was killed by a Korean store owner over some orange juice that she was allegedly stealing. But we're gonna get into her story because this is 1991 all over again. Whew. So now, hey boo. So she says, okay. So the boy was shot in the back, meaning he was running away and posed no threat. Rick Chow was going down. He's been charged with murder. But my thing is, are those charges gonna stick? Is justice gonna be served for this baby? 14 years old. He posed no threat. I'm running away from you. So therefore, if my back is to you, how can I pose a threat to you? How can I cause harm to you? Explain to me how 2 + 2 = 5. Hey, babe. I hope you're having a good night at work, sugar. I love you. Ned say, girl, you better preach. Of course. So he says, and then our people complain about our prices when they come to our businesses. And that's the thing. You won't pay regular price to, your homeboy got a business or your homegirl got a business or a black-owned business. But you're going to these Asian establishments and spend all your damn money where they talk to you like you beneath them. Oh, yeah, but that's right. They act like that because they got that anti-hate bill and we still waiting on one. Oh, okay. Y'all not ready for that conversation. But again, a 14-year-old child that you thought was stealing. The baby took those waters out of the cooler and then put them back. Like, the math ain't mathing to me. Why does this shit keep happening? And before y'all get on your soapbox and say, oh, but black-owned businesses, da-da-da, whatever, but you keep going in these same establishments that disrespect you. They'll take your money, but will never treat you equal to them. Make that make sense to me. And yes, I said it. See, a lot of y'all run from these conversations. I don't. I come here to shake the table, and I don't make no qualms about it. And I do. Stop going where you're tolerated and start going where you're celebrated. You won't support your friend who just started a business, whether it's catering, makeup. Y'all won't celebrate them. Y'all won't go and patronize their businesses. But you'll go to the other ones though. I buy black. I support. Anyone that looks like me, I'm gonna support you. I don't give a damn if you're selling shoelaces. I want them at full price. I don't want a discount. I don't care what it is. Even if it's a repost or something, I'm gonna share and I'm gonna support your business because I want to see all of us win. Because a table is big enough for all of us to sit down and eat at. But some of y'all too greedy to put food on the table for somebody else so they could get ahead too. Because we're too busy looking at each other as a competition and not as an equal. Anywho. So Nat says, we are quick to ask our people if we could get a discount, but when we buy Coach or other non-Black owned businesses, you pay full price at the blink of an eye. Shaking my damn head. And that's the point I'm trying to make. But then also notice, sis, that these businesses, like these Korean-owned liquor stores and nail shops and service stations, where are they at? Always in the Black community. They always put them in the hood. Always. You can't roll down Melrose and see an Asian-owned business over there. You don't see a Korean-owned liquor store. You see it in the hood. You see it in restaurants over there in the hood. Timmy Chan's. I could even go as far as in New Orleans. You got Manchu in the hood. But this is where we go, and this is where we spend our money at, though. To be treated like that. And before y'all jump on your soapbox and be like, oh, but Black people do the same thing. I know we do, but right now I'm talking about these foreign-owned businesses. Those are the businesses I'm talking about. And I may lose some followers tonight, but I don't care. It's time to have some of these uncomfortable conversations because, see, a lot of y'all run from those. But I'm not running from that conversation. And I'm not. So again, this 14-year-old child who had never been in trouble, and even if he was, that still didn't warrant this man to chase his baby down and kill him. You chase him off the property, off the premises. And you shot this baby in the back, 14 years old. He didn't even get a chance to live. 14 years was all he was allowed. And then this man, you robbed this baby of his life all because you thought he was stealing some water. That shit could be replaced. That's material stuff. See, that's the problem. Y'all, some of y'all value the wrong things. Y'all don't value life anymore. You value material over life. And that's sad. So Nat says, facts, because they know we will spend our money there. I'm like you, I support Black-owned businesses. Nat, you already know. Your husband is from New Orleans. When you roll through Seven Ward, you go through, cross the river, you go to the West Bank, what do you see? Them Asian-owned businesses in Black neighborhoods. And we will bypass a Black-owned business to go get some fucking Manchu. That's what we'll do. We'll roll past this nice Black-owned business to go eat at fucking Timmy Chan's. That's what we do. Sad but true. Sad but true. She say he loves them too. You know what? Let me tell you, I haven't eaten at Manchu's in so long. I ain't ate there in forever. I don't. Whenever I go home, I don't eat there. I'll go to one of these cute little Black-owned businesses, something new. A group that I follow on Facebook gives me an update on all the Black-owned restaurants, and I'm gonna make sure I go and I hit every last one of them. Because that's the only way to stop this shit from happening. Stop patronizing their businesses. Because they disrespect us to the ultimate, and we go right on back into the next day. Like ain't nothing. We are the most forgiving people in the world. It's sickening to me. Baby, you said a word with brothers. And Danny and Clyde? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we'll go right past a Black-owned business to go eat at a foreign establishment. And again, we are so disrespected. And then we'll go right back in there the following week like ain't nothing happened. Y'all, we got to stop forgiving. I'm going to be honest with you. I want my lick back. I ain't going to even lie to y'all. I want my lick back. I want to go where I'm celebrated. I want to go where I'm appreciated, where you appreciate me spending my money in with you. I want to go where I'm appreciative that you really truly genuinely love my business, not just because my money is green. But that's what we do. And you're right, babe. We too forgiving. We forgive and forgive and forgive, and we're constantly shit on every day. And we forgive. Oh, it's okay. He didn't mean it. No, no, you meant it. We just no. I ain't forgiving. I ain't God. Let God forgive you. So Natalie says, I don't even get my nails done like that anymore because I don't see us in there. It's almost always Asian. Right. And every time you go into one of those nail shops, they in there talking about us too. I remember one day I was in a nail shop and one of my homegirls hit me to this. She said, put your translator on and listen to how bad they talk about us. And so I cut it on. They weren't talking about me, but they were talking about the black lady that was sitting next to me. They were talking about how bad her feet were. And the lady, she just up there smiling and they smiling all in her face. And this woman not even knowing, they sitting up here dragging her ass. But this is where we go. We go and we continue to patronize these businesses. I'm glad to see more black women getting into doing nails. At one point, black women, y'all were doing nails, but y'all weren't doing feet. So we didn't have a choice but to go until, going to an Asian-owned nail shop or something. But now black people y'all are now starting to do pedicures. They just opened, well, it's been open for, I want to say almost a year maybe, here in Houston, a black-owned nail salon called Vibes. And they do hands and feet. I'm going to go check them out. So Nat says, got into an argument with one of them, almost had to pull out on her. LOL, pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. I'm telling you. And then we see these videos where these Asians are holding black people hostage in a nail shop because they assume that you stealing. And then don't tell them that they done messed up your nails or your feet. They really gonna start talking about you. That's what we do though. We let people mistreat us and then we forgive them. Oh, he didn't mean it. Oh, he didn't mean it. He was just no, you meant every word. Because I tell people, whatever you say, stand on that. Say it with your chest. If that's how you feel, stand on that. Because anything I say, anything I feel, I'm gonna stand on it. And I'm gonna own it. Yes, I said it. Yes, I feel that way. We too forgiving, y'all. And we're seeing this happen all the time. All the time. Again, this baby, 14 years old, y'all. Was accused of stealing water. They admitted the baby took the water out, he took 4 bottles of water out the cooler, but put them back. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Chow said something to Cyrus, and there was an argument. And I'm pretty sure as Cyrus got ready to leave, Mr. Chow decides he wants to chase this baby out of the store, off the parking lot, and you shot this baby in the back. But again, this is not the first report of this man having altercations with the black patrons in that store. But they still keep going. Still keep going. See, for me, where I live at in Houston, there's no black-owned beauty supply stores. All the black-owned beauty supply stores are way on the other side of town. About 40 minutes away. So the only beauty supply store that's close to me is Asian-owned, right around the corner. So I don't have a choice but to go there. But the nail shop, I stopped going. Because every time I would go there, I would leave with a fungus. So I stopped going. Natalie said, well, Vibes needs to expand to Georgia so I can support. Imma send you their TikTok too, because they have a TikTok. It's, Vibes Nail Salon. Check them out. Black owned. So Raphael says some of our people still have that yes master mentality, and we looking for validation because we spending our money with them. Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that, B. I cannot disagree with you on that. But again, I want to go somewhere where you appreciate my black dollars, where you appreciate my business. I want to go somewhere where I'm treated with respect. Have I been to some black owned businesses that I haven't been treated with respect? Absolutely, I have. And I never went back. Now, there's a restaurant here in Houston that I went to. I was very dissatisfied with the food. And when I sent the food back, the owner or whoever he was came out and had an attitude. I said, well, I tell you what, just give me my money back and I can go spend my money somewhere else. So I'm not saying that we as black business owners that we don't act like that, but not all of us are like that. So again, before y'all jump on your little soapbox and say, but black business owners do that too, y'all do that too. I'm not saying we don't, but y'all love to deflect in conversation. Y'all love to deflect. Nat says maybe he needed it for his family. Mr. Chow should have asked him what he was going through and maybe even offered him a part-time job there. Baby. And that could be true. That could be very possible, sis. I'm gonna ride with you on that because that could be possible. But the thing about it, he put the waters back. Yes, he took the waters out of the cooler, but he put them back in the cooler. So he had nothing in his hand when he left. And then again, they said there was a confrontation that escalated. But what warranted you to chase this baby out of the store? That's what I don't understand. I'm really lost because what could this baby have done if he's running from you? He's afraid of you. That's like Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. You were following this baby. He was more afraid of you than you were of him. You had a weapon. This baby, Trayvon didn't have a weapon. If someone's following me, you don't think I'm not going to be afraid of somebody following me? So Trayvon reacted any way a normal human being would react. White, black, yellow, purple, green, with purple polka dots or and yellow stripes. If somebody's following you, you're gonna be trying to figure out why are you following me? You're not gonna lead this person directly to your house or where you stay or wherever it is you're going. But again, what would warrant? What could this baby have said so bad to you that you had to chase him out of the store and you shoot him? I don't understand. I need it to make sense to me. Or regardless of what he said to you, what warranted you to chase this baby out of the store and shoot this baby in the back? For the life of me, I don't understand that. I don't get it. It just still doesn't make sense to me. No matter how much I've said and I've rewatched the story, I've read the articles, listened to the interviews from the people that were at the store at the time that the incident happened. And even they said he posed no threat. And then to be chased by not one person, but two. Imagine the fear in this baby's heart right now. Imagine what this baby was thinking. Was this baby thinking, oh my God, am I going to die? Who knows what was rolling through that baby's head? He was just trying to get home. He was trying to get away. But Mr. Chow, you killed him. You killed him. For what? Why? I want to know why. This right here is Cyrus. This is Cyrus Carmack-Belton. Good student. Never been in trouble. No record, no juvenile record, no none of that. And regardless if he did, he's still a human at the end of the day. But there's nothing in this world that this child, this baby, this young man could have done that would have warranted his life to be taken so senselessly. So senselessly. And this is Mr. Chow. This is Mr. Chow. This is the man that so viciously robbed Cyrus Carmack-Belton of his life over allegedly stealing some water. Allegedly. There was no proof. They saw him take the waters from the cooler, but you also saw him put them back. And this baby's life is over. So innocently. So innocently. This baby's life was taken. Like I said, I sat and I really tried to make sense of all of this. Like, what could this baby have done? Did he, you know, and I couldn't figure it out. I could not wrap my head around the fact that this baby's life is over. 14 years old. It makes me think about my own daughter. My daughter is 13, soon to be 14. But this baby's life gone. A family left to mourn the loss of a son, a brother, a cousin, a friend, so viciously. So let me roll this video for y'all because I want y'all to hear what this police officer has to say.
Tonight, funeral services are still being finalized for 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton, who was shot and killed Sunday night. Investigators say the owner of a gas station thought the teenager stole a bottle of water from the store, but he didn't. Deputies say the man chased the teenager outside the store and shot him in the back. 58-year-old Rick Chow has now been charged with murder. Chow making his first court appearance today, appearing before a magistrate judge at the Richland County Jail. Chow and his attorney declined to comment, as did Cyrus's family. Before today's court appearance, Chow's store was vandalized last night. Leroy Hall lives near the store. She believes the incident was driven by emotion.
At any time that you respond to anything in life out of emotions, you got to know that it's going to cost you, right? You know, him following this young man down the street was him responding out of emotions. You got to learn some type of self-control, some type of self-discipline.
Tonight, Richland deputies are patrolling the area to make sure there's no further vandalism there. Meanwhile, Richland Sheriff Leon Lott says his department is fine with peaceful protesting, not that vandalism or looting that happened last night. The sheriff says those responsible will be identified and charged.
This case is about a 14-year-old boy who was shot and killed. It's also about the person that was arrested who's being held responsible for it and held accountable for it. That's what our job is. Our job is not now to guard this store, and that's what we have to do. I'm not going to identify anybody right now. I want them to watch this and worry about when I'm going to come knocking on their door at 4 o'clock in the morning when the sheriff's deputy knocks on their door and puts handcuffs on them. Go ahead, drink that beer and enjoy it right now because you're going to pay for it later.
Also tonight, 6th District Congressman Jim Clyburn weighing in on the shooting death of Cyrus Carmack-Belton, saying he's horrified and saddened. Clyburn says the criminalization of black men and boys and the historic trend of painting them as aggressors has led to deadly and heartbreaking circumstances.
So let me say this, y'all. So when I watched that, I was like, are you serious? what he said, let me say this. We really as Black people really have a difficult time trusting the law because we've seen how they handle us. Yeah, you may have arrested him and you may have charged him with murder, but will he be punished to the fullest extent of the law? With everything that's been going on in the world, our faith in law enforcement is slim to none because we've seen it. We've seen how y'all protect us. We've seen how things happen. What the end result is of traffic stops. We've seen this. George Floyd, Philando Castile. Most recently, Tyree Nichols. So our faith in the judicial system and law enforcement is real slim. At least I can only speak for me. I can't speak for everybody else. But we really don't have a lot of faith. Look at the police officer that only spent, 16 months in prison for killing Dante Wright. She was just released. So our faith is a little slim. And every time you try to restore our faith in the law, in law enforcement and the judicial system, here comes something to knock it right on back down. We see it all the time. We're dying at rapid rates at the hands of law enforcement. We see this. We see this all the time. So our faith, it's wavering. Let me say that. But you're worried about a business being looted and destroyed. That could be replaced. But a life cannot. Once a life is gone and over, that's it. There's no do-overs. There's no rewind button. We can't rewind and give this baby his life back. We can't do that. It should be to protect us. I understand you want to protect people's businesses. I get it. I understand. That's people's livelihood. That's how people eat. I get it. I respect it wholeheartedly. But that could have waited. Y'all knew that's what was going to happen. They killed an unarmed 14-year-old child who posed no threat whatsoever to Mr. Chow over some water, to the point where you chased this baby down the street. Like the young lady said in the video, we got to stop acting off of emotion. We got to have some type of self-restraint, some type of self-control, because these are the end result when we start acting off of emotions. This is the end result. We see this all the time. You see altercations, people fighting, person gets beat up, they run and they go get a gun because now their emotions, their feelings are hurt. So now they got to get payback. We see this all the time. When are we going to learn some type of self-restraint? When are we going to learn some type of self-control? When are we going to learn to stop reacting based off of your emotions? When are we going to start saying, you know what, let me stop, let me chill out, let me cool down a little bit, and then revisit this situation? When are we going to start doing that? Because this is always the end result. Always the end result. Nothing good ever comes of situations like that when you're acting off of emotion. Sad to say, but it's true. So sad to say, but it's true. And again, we have this baby here whose life was prematurely taken off of someone that had no self-control, from a person that had no restraint. from a person that was acting off of emotions, and you took this baby's life. Now you have a family grieving, you have a community grieving, you have a school grieving at the loss of his baby. So innocent, so sad, so sad, which takes me into a story that happened back in 1991 for a lot of, 3 weeks after the Rodney King riots. I'm sorry, after the verdict in the Rodney King beating, in the beating of Rodney King, Latasha Harlins. March 16th, 1991, Latasha Harlins killed. Los Angeles, California. Allegedly stealing an orange juice. I did not upload the video of her being shot. I did not, because that was very triggering for me. So I wouldn't dare post that for that to be triggering for someone else. But Latasha Harlins, March 16th, 1991, killed. Over allegedly stealing some orange juice. For those that want to see the video, you could go. It's on YouTube. But on the footage, you see the girl walk to the counter with the money in her hand. The orange juice in one, the money in another hand. So how was she trying to steal? And even when she was killed, she still had the $2 in her hand. The orange juice came to $1.79. She still had the $2 in her hand. This is who Tupac was talking about, Latasha Harlins. This is the story on Netflix. There's a story about her on Netflix. They even named the park that she used to go play basketball in after her. For those that don't know, this is Latasha Harlins. That's Latasha Harlins. 15 years old, 15, killed, 1991, by a Korean store owner who accused her of trying to steal an orange juice. But you see the woman, again, I did not upload the video because it's too triggering. But again, you could Google it. The video is on YouTube. But in the video, you see the woman attack this girl first. She snatches the girl's backpack. And in defense, the girl, Latasha, let me correct myself. Latasha fought back. And then you see the woman pull the gun as Latasha is walking away and shoots this baby in the back of the head. Over some orange juice. Again, this happened 3 weeks after the Rodney King verdict, the beating of Rodney King, the verdict. Hence, that's what prompted the LA riots. The woman that killed Latasha Harlins, Soon Jadu, was sentenced to 16 years. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter. She was sentenced to 16 years. And the judge that presided over this case suspended the sentence, stating that she didn't feel like Soon Jadu would reoffend. She posed no threat to the community. So this woman basically got away with murder. Got away with murder. So I say all of that to say that's my fear for Cyrus Carmack-Belton. That's my fear, is that Mr. Chow will do no time. Again, y'all, my faith in the judicial system is a little skeptical. It's a little shaky because we saw this in 1991 with Latasha Harlan. We've seen it since then, where these people are getting away with murder. Again, for those that are not familiar with the story of Latasha Harlan's, here we go.
With the 30th anniversary this week of the 1992 LA riots, Fox 11 is taking a look back at the seeds of unrest even before the beating of Rodney King. There's a name that is also synonymous with that uprising. That's Latasha Harlan's. Our Christine Devine has her story.
To understand the LA riots of 1992 is to know its backstory.
I just want to say, you know, can we all get along? Can we get along?
Video of the 1991 beating of Rodney King by LAPD officers is infamous. But 2 weeks after this, there was a case that would also shake South Central LA to its core.
It was like Emmett Till. Everybody just ready to go to war. Everybody ready to fight.
Latasha Harlan's was 15 when she was shot and killed by a liquor store owner, a Korean immigrant who accused the teen of trying to steal a bottle of orange juice.
We grew up together. We only 4 months apart. So we grew up together in the same house all the way from birth till the day she passed away. So it's my sister.
Shanice Harlan's Kilgore is Latasha's younger cousin.
You lived how far from this market?
Oh, roughly a half a block away.
And it's normal to come here?
Normal to come here.
Here is now a numero uno market, but back in 1991 on Figueroa and 91st, it was Empire Liquor.
I can still see her right there where she dropped that in the front of the camera, you know, from the video. So, no, I don't go in there.
Security video captured a scuffle between clerk and customer. Soon Jadu shot the teen in the back of the head, killing her. Witnesses said Harlan's had cash in her hand.
To die with $2 in your hand, that lets you know that she was not that person that the media or whomever say so is what she is.
Du was convicted of voluntary manslaughter, but given probation. Then came April 29th, 1992. The not guilty verdicts in the beating of Rodney King. 4 LAPD officers acquitted. Rioters took to the streets. And after years of cultural tensions, half the businesses burned or looted. 2,000 of them were Korean-owned.
This 15-year-old child who got her brains shot and blown out over a dispute over a bottle of orange juice was the precursor to the civil unrest in 92 after the jurors found the LAPD cops not guilty for beating Rodney King.
That was activist Najee Ali last year.
We will never forget Latasha Harlan's.
It was at a playground dedication and a mural of Latasha Harlan's at Algin Sutton Recreation Center.
It was really beautiful.
There's a whole generation that may not know the story of Latasha Harlan's, but there is a movie in the works, and last year a Netflix documentary got an Oscar nomination.
You'd come to this park as a child?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
So it means what to have that artwork?
Priceless. Lots of emotion.
The Rodney King beating. I was a young anchor during this era, reporting live during the 1992 civil unrest. This picture ending up in a university textbook to the Harlan's family, documenting history matters.
Just so that this generation can know about what happened 30 years ago, because they don't know. If you ask a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, it's not taught in school. It's not taught in their household, or it's just, it needs to be relevant right now.
That was Christine Devine reporting.
Again, it's 1991 all over again. Just a different name. Cyrus Carmack-Belton. But again, Latasha Harlins, 15 years old, 1991. And let me correct myself. This was right after the Rodney King beating, before the verdict. So let me correct myself on that. This baby was killed. Again, if you want to see the video's on YouTube. I refuse to upload it. I refuse to show it. Again, if it's triggering for me, I know it's triggering for others. So I refuse to even show that. And even out of respect for the family, I would never put that up there. But again, if you want to see it, it's on YouTube. You can look at it at your own leisure. I was not gonna play it. But Latasha Harlins, again, for those that don't know the story, may not have been born at the time that this happened. But I remember this. I was in the 8th grade when this happened, 7th or 8th grade when this happened. And I remember I was like, damn, me and her about the same age. That could have been me. That could have been my sister. That could have been anybody. But the baby had the $2 in her hand. So again, that showed you that she wasn't trying to steal. And then for the woman to snatch her backpack, you became the aggressor. You were the aggressor in the situation. Again, what warranted you to pull out a gun? Latasha Harlan's back was turned. She did not pose a threat to you, and you shot her in the back of the head. Again, Cyrus Carmack-Belton, here we are, 2023. This baby here posed no threat, was running away from Rick Chow, and was shot in the back. Was shot in the back. Over some water, and Latasha Harlins over an orange juice. $1.79 orange juice, and the baby had the $2 in her hand. So how was she trying to steal? Make it make sense to me. I get so furious when I see these stories. When I see unarmed black men, unarmed black women, girls, boys prematurely robbed of their lives because you got someone acting off of emotions. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have to have some type of restraint, some type of self-control. We have to learn how to get our emotions in check and stop reacting based off of emotions. That's gotta stop. When is that gonna happen? I'm really not understanding, when is this gonna end? We saw this in 1991. We see it again here in 2023, and we've seen it in between. When is this gonna end? Again, y'all, help me to understand what is warranting. I don't know. I think, that's something I'll never understand. But again, you have Latasha Harlins. That's her, 15 years old. was killed over some orange juice. Soon Jadu was convicted of voluntary manslaughter with sentenced, to 16 years, but was given probation. The jury found her guilty, but the judge said she didn't feel like this woman posed a threat and didn't feel like she would reoffend again. So she served no jail time for killing Latasha Harlins over a $1.79 bottle of orange juice. Present day, we have Cyrus Carmack-Belton that 14 years old, accused of stealing water, was running away and was shot in the back. Yes, sir. Like, I remember when that happened, when Latasha Harlins was killed. Like I said, I was in like the 7th or 8th grade. I think I was in the 7th grade because I went to high school in 92. Yeah, I started 9th grade in 92. So I was in like the 8th grade, 7th grade, getting ready to go into the 8th grade when Latasha Harlins was killed. She was 15 years old. 15 years old. South Central LA. And the woman that killed her again, no jail time. Although a jury found her guilty of voluntary manslaughter, y'all. She was found guilty and served no jail time, served not a day in jail. So my biggest fear is that this man here, Rick Chow, I feel like he will get no jail time. I feel like the same thing that happened with Latasha Harlins is going to happen to Cyrus Carmack-Belton. That's my biggest fear. That's my fear, that justice will not be served for this young man's family. I really honestly feel that way. And if he is convicted, I don't believe he'll be given a whole lot of time. I believe, let me tell you what I believe. I believe in the murder of Cyrus Carmack-Belton. I feel like he'll plead down to a lesser charge and he'll probably get minimum jail time. That's just the way I feel because we've seen it happen. Absolutely, they need to be deported. I really feel that way. I honestly feel like he'll plead guilty to a lesser charge because right now he's been charged with murder, okay? He's been charged with murder. But I really honestly feel like he'll plead to something lesser, like maybe voluntary or involuntary manslaughter, and he'll get minimum jail time. And the rest will be served on probation. We saw that with Dante Wright. Kim Potter only did what, 16 months in prison and now she's home? For those that don't know, that's the police officer that shot Dante Wright in Minnesota. She's home. So I really feel like this is what's going to happen. But I pray that it doesn't. I pray that they'll get it right this time. I pray that justice will be served for Cyrus Carmack-Belton. I pray for that. I pray that justice will prevail because this baby was taken prematurely. He was taken so innocently over some water. Over some water. I just don't understand. I really don't. And again, as much as many times as I've watched this video, um, read the articles, looked at some of the interviews, I still don't understand why you chased this baby out of the store and you shot him in the back. He was running away from you. So he no longer poses a threat to you. No threat. So I send my love and my prayers not only to the Carmack-Belton family, but to the city of Columbia, South Carolina. Because that was somebody's brother, that was somebody's cousin, that was somebody's son, that was somebody's friend. And to the people that witnessed it, that saw this, I send peace and blessings and nothing but prayers your way. Because this is something you'll never forget. You'll always remember this. Whenever you roll past that store, that's what's gonna be the first thing that pops up in your mind is this baby lost his life here. 14 years old. I don't get it. I really, I just, I don't understand. You know, I look at my children. I look at the children of my friends. I look at everybody and say that could have been your baby. That could have been my child. You know, but what can we do? We have to stop this from happening. Like it just, it's a cycle that we got to stop. I just don't understand. And I don't think I ever will understand. You know, my heart just can't, and my mind just can't wrap around the thought of what this baby was feeling in that moment. The fear that this baby felt running away, and you know you got a person running behind you with a gun. What this child was thinking. The fear. And then the mom that's left to grieve. I don't get it. I really don't. Like I just I don't understand it. But I really, maybe that's something I'll never understand. Maybe that's something the world will never understand. You know, why do they hate us so much? Why? Why do they despise our black men and black women? If they're not killing us in the streets, they're killing us in the prisons. Look at the young man in Atlanta who died at Fulton County Jail. Why do they hate us so much? I'm not even going to stress myself out trying to figure out why, because at this point, I really don't. I can't say I don't care, but I don't understand. This baby's life again, 14 years old, taken because you thought you saw him stealing water from you. It's like Tamir Rice. You thought this baby had a gun in his hand, and it was a little toy gun. 12 years old, killed. Let's go back to Emmett Till, who you thought whistled at this white woman, and y'all killed him. Latasha Harlins, 15 years old. You thought she was stealing some orange juice, killed. Still had the money in her hand. Still had the $2 in her hand as she dropped to the floor. Again, I was not uploading the video. I was not playing it. Again, if you want to see the video, Google Latasha Harlan. It's on YouTube. But I refuse to watch it. I've watched it once, and one time was enough for me because it literally made me sick in my stomach. So I could just imagine how these people in Columbia, South Carolina felt when they saw Cyrus Carmack-Belton fall to the ground after being shot in the back. I can only understand. I can empathize with them. But I just, I want to know, why are we not supporting more Black-owned businesses? Why are we so quick to pass up this person's store to go down here where we're consistently disrespected? Because again, there have been reports that Mr. Chow has had previous altercations with other Black patrons in his store. So again, why do we keep going to these? Why do we keep patronizing these businesses? Why do we keep spending our dollars in these businesses and we're not respected? I don't understand. Nat says, then she tells the truth decades later, had not even a slap on the hand for that. Right. And for those that are wondering, we're talking about Carolyn Bryant, the white woman that lied and said Emmett Till whistled at her, who just recently died. Why y'all didn't let me know when the second line was for that? Y'all down bad for that. I wanted to know when the cookout was because I was coming. Because that was a celebration. But I just don't understand. Yes, you find good and bad in all businesses, Black, white, Asian, Latino, Jewish, whatever. You find good and bad in all. But why are we so quick to, when we have one bad experience with a Black-owned business, it's like we cancel all Black-owned businesses out. But we don't do that for these Asian-owned businesses. We don't do this for the Jewish-owned businesses. We don't do it for the Latino-owned businesses. Why? Make me understand. Y'all have multiple bad experiences with these foreign-owned businesses, but you constantly keep going back. But you have one bad experience at a Black-owned business, now all of a sudden you don't want to go back no more. It's fuck Black-owned businesses. And you can't say you don't, because I see it all up and down my timeline on Facebook. I see the comments. Hey, hon, I have to drop off because I have to be Comcast. Girl, you know what? We need to talk because I need to. Girl, ooh. Comcast, Xfinity, count your days. Y'all better be lucky they my only provider over here because, baby, if I could go anywhere else, I would. But I love you, honey. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate the comments, the support, the love. I love you, honey, and it's good to see you. I missed you. But again, I don't understand. You have one bad experience with a Black-owned business, and again, it's like to hell with all these Black-owned businesses. But you don't, and you drag these Black-owned businesses. You drag them for the filth, yeah, but you don't do this. You don't keep that same energy for these foreign-owned businesses. Y'all do not. Y'all do not. And I see it all the time. I'm in a lot of these groups of Black-owned businesses, and y'all have a bad experience, and baby, y'all are dragging them. And then I see y'all go to these foreign-owned businesses and not a peep. And then you go right on back. You go right on back. Right on back, you run back to these businesses. We got to catch up, girl. We definitely got to catch up. Hey, sissy. It's good to see you. I love you. But we do that. We are our own worst enemy. Just because I've had a bad experience at black-owned businesses or whatever it is, black-owned, I'm not canceling all of them out. I may cancel that one out, but I'm not canceling the rest of them out. But again, y'all go to these foreign-owned businesses where you're disrespected. They follow you around the store and swear you trying to steal something. You talk about it. You may post a little review about the business, but guess what? You back in there the next day. You're back in there the next day. Stop spending your dollars in these businesses then. Because again, they put these businesses in black neighborhoods. Again, you don't go through these white neighborhoods and see these Korean-owned businesses. You don't see these little you buy, we fry restaurants in Hollywood. You don't see that shit there. You see it in the hood though. Like I say, go to the West Bank, go to the 7th Ward, Manchus, Reed Seafood, Cajuns. Here in Houston, you got Timmy Chan's. And they all in the hood. The Korean-owned liquor stores in the hood. The Korean-owned nail shops in the hood. They put them there because they know we gonna go there. But again, you'll bypass this store, excuse me, for this store. That's what y'all do. And then we end up with situations like Cyrus Carmack-Belton, who was 14 years old, who was accused of stealing water from a store, which he really didn't, and then was chased out of the store, off the property, and was shot in the back. 14 years old. Then we saw this again. We saw this in 1991 with Latasha Harlins, who was accused of stealing a bottle of orange juice, whose back was turned and was shot in the back of the head. And the woman got no jail time. So now maybe you'll understand when I say my faith in the judicial system and in law enforcement is a little shaky because we've seen this before. We see this all the time. It's repetitive. We saw the Rodney King beating. And we saw those 4 police officers get off. And there was footage, videotapes. We see this all the time. You see these police officers killing unarmed black men and black women. We see it on video, and they're never held accountable. But we continue to support this behavior. Again, I'm gonna say it again. We are the most forgiving people in this world. I'm tired of forgiving. I'm tired of turning the other cheek. I'm tired. At what point do we come together as a community and say enough is enough? When are we going to start standing together and start shutting these businesses down in our communities and start supporting our own businesses? But some of y'all not ready to have that conversation. Some of y'all ready to just jump on your soapbox and say, oh, but sis, I done been to some black-owned businesses and da-da-da-da-da-da. I hear it all the time. But just because you've had a bad experience at one, don't cancel out all black-owned businesses because a lot of y'all do that. But again, you're disrespected at these other stores and you constantly take your ass there every day. Every day you go there. You're followed around the store. I've even heard people say, oh, yeah, girl, they thought I stole something out that store. But you got your ass right back in there the next day. So when are we going to start supporting more black-owned businesses? That's all I want to know. I told y'all I was going to shake this table today. Because I want to make me understand. Help me to understand. It's a reason they put these types of businesses in Black-owned communities. It's a reason. It's a reason why they do that. And for you quote unquote woke people, let me know. Let me know if you know the answer. Again, you can't go to Hollywood. They don't have this type of shit in Hollywood. But here we are. Another child killed prematurely over allegedly stealing a bottle of water. Yep, 14 years old. A family is left grieving. A community is left grieving. But your police officer in Richland County is more concerned with because they vandalized Mr. Chow's store. That could be fixed. That could be fixed. Cyrus's life can't be brought back. He can't be brought back. His life can't be given back. He can't be returned back to his mother. But again, y'all always show me. Y'all care more about material shit than y'all do a human life. Y'all are upset at the very same businesses and buildings that we built, though. But y'all not ready for that conversation. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all are more upset about that. It's looting. It's rioting. But I'm going to say that for a whole nother conversation. I'm going to say that for something different. Because this conversation is not over. It will come back around again. Like I said, I don't mind shaking the table. I don't mind scratching the surface. I don't mind snatching pulling the tape off the envelope or snatching the Band-Aids off of. I don't mind. But all I want to say in regards to that is start going where you're celebrated and not tolerated. Start going where your money is appreciated. Start going where you're respected. Again, we see it all the time. And y'all go back and back and back and back and back and back. It's almost like y'all love the disrespect. It's almost like you don't even care. The fact that they belittle you in these businesses. Again, I hear it in these nail shops. But y'all consistently keep going back and back and back and back and back. I know what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna keep going where I'm celebrated and not tolerated. I'm gonna continue to support businesses that that love my black dollars. And not just because it's tolerated. Because I can name a list of businesses that I frequent here in Houston that are black owned, that are very appreciative of me every time I come in their door. Can't say so much about some of these foreign owned businesses. But again, some of y'all gonna hop on your soapbox and be like, oh, you just no, whatever. I said it. And I'm saying it with my whole chest, and I stand 10 toes down in everything that I say. Period. It is what it is. Yep. So it is what it is. Whatever. But anyway, let me roll off into these final thoughts for tonight. Y'all, on Sunday, Cyrus Carmack-Belton was taken from us so viciously over accusations, allegations, assumptions. He was killed off of emotion by a man that had no self-control, no self-restraint, that decided on Sunday he wanted to play God. You thought this boy was stealing from you. So you and your son chase this baby out of the store, off the property, and you shoot him in the back one time, and he dies. When is this gonna end? We need to really, 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 truly start being the change, y'all. We have to start talking about it. We got to start walking the walk and stop talking the talk. We got to walk the walk. I hear a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'm down for the cause." Y'all, some of y'all just be talking to hear your own self talk. Y'all ain't really about the cause. Y'all just say the shit because it sounds good to you, because it sounds good coming out of your mouth, because it sounds cool in the moment, but you're not walking the walk. And I'm not saying that for everybody, because I know some of y'all are really making moves behind the scenes. Some of y'all are just talking. And then as soon as this dies down, you're not talking about it again until something else happens again. And then, oh yeah, I'm gonna do. Stop talking the talk if you're not walking the walk. Period. If you're not gonna be a part of the solution, keep your mouth closed. Just be quiet. Just don't say anything. I'm here for the change. I talk about it. I walk the walk. I do exactly what I say I'm gonna do. Can some of y'all say the same? And I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that part. But anyway, thank y'all for another episode of A Black Girl Interrupted. But again, y'all already know upcoming episodes for Black Girl Interrupted, y'all. I'm gonna be talking about relationships this month. Um, but before I even jump into relationships, there is one topic that I do want to bring to the forefront for Tuesday. I want to first send my thoughts and my prayers to young DC Young Fly, who lost his fiance, the mother of his children, today. She was 32 years old. And I just want to say this, ladies, love who you are. Love your flaws, love your imperfections. Because God created you imperfectly perfect in the way he envisioned you. We see this far too often. We hear about it far too often. These young ladies who are going under and having these medical procedures and are not making it back home. So I want to bring that conversation back around to the forefront on Tuesday. I want to talk about self-esteem because we're seeing, again, y'all, we're seeing this far too often. Women are going and getting these cosmetic procedures done and are passing away. So I want to bring that back around on Tuesday. I want to bring that conversation back around to the forefront. And I definitely would love my ladies um, to tap in and join in on the conversation because I want to know your thoughts on this. I want, if anyone out there, I want you to share your story. We want to hear about it because we have to start loving ourselves, ladies. I get it. There are things about ourselves we don't like. There are things about ourselves we want to change. But a lot of us are dying we're taking the risk every time we lay on these tables. I see these women that go to Mexico and Colombia and they have these weight loss surgery and pass away. Even passing away here in the States. So I want to bring that conversation back around on Tuesday. So I want to address self-esteem. I want to talk about it. And what can we do to encourage old and young women to love who they are, to love and accept those flaws. I want to bring that conversation back around on Tuesday. I also want to say to Jalea Eason, who was the 4-year-old in the Bronx that they found beaten allegedly by her mother, who passed away, and then her siblings also displayed signs of abuse as well. I want to bring that conversation around. So Tuesday, I want to talk about self esteem, and then Thursday, I want to talk about child abuse, y'all. It just, I just, it's just so disheartening whenever I hear these stories, but they're uncomfortable conversations that we have to have. So Tuesday night, again, self esteem. And don't forget, y'all, every Tuesday, every Thursday, Black Girl Interrupted goes live, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, 6:30 Pacific Time. Y'all know y'all can catch Black Girl Interrupted. I stream live on Facebook as well as YouTube. If you are unable to catch the shows, you can always catch the replays. Um, on any streaming platform that you listen to your podcast on, whether it's Apple, Google, Spotify, Deezer, iHeart, Black Girl Interrupted is everywhere. Um, don't forget y'all to like, share, comment, uh, subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted. Again, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, please send me an email. The email is posted at the bottom. blackgirlinterrupted1@gmail.com. Uh, there's ever a topic that you would like for me to address, if you would like to be a guest on the show, let me know. Um, again, the website, blackgirlinterruptedpodcast.com. You can also send submissions through there. They do come directly to the blackgirlinterrupted1@gmail.com email. Again, please allow me at least 72 hours to respond to all inquiries. Um, and yeah, but this is another show for the bag, baby. I love it. Y'all stay tuned. I do have another interview with the magazine. That interview will not be released until July. And then I have another upcoming interview for August. And once it gets closer to the date in August, you can actually watch my interview live. I will share the link for those that want to come in and support and cheer your girl on as I talk about Black Girl Interrupted. So absolutely excited about the upcoming event. Also have some things that I'm working on in the background that I will post at a later date that I want people to come and be a part of. So again, there's the website. Again, if you're interested in being a guest on Black Girl Interrupted, the email is down at the bottom. And on that note, I do want to say I love you guys. Again, I appreciate the love, the support that you guys give me each and every episode that you guys come out. Yes, I know I may say some things that you may not like, but I love the fact that y'all come back and you support your girl anyways. Um, but that just pushes me one step closer to my goal. And again, I love you guys. I appreciate the love, the support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted. If you Google Black Girl Interrupted, you can subscribe to me anywhere there. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. But I love you guys. And again, I'll see y'all Tuesday night, 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. So I hope everyone has a beautiful night and have a great weekend. And I'll see you Tuesday. Bye.